Kalani.
What's her name? Sexuality. The first thing that my mother said was,
something as simple as delivering a blowjob. It's not the right time, I'm not married.
You don't get good sex and that's your fucking problem?
If you are tweeting about this event or you're writing about it on Facebook, please use the hashtag #TalkingPleasure.
Talking about sexuality in itself was considered to be a very soft issue. कि लोग मलेरिया से मर रहे हैं, लोग भुखमरी से मर रहे हैं, लोगों के पास पानी नहीं है और आप सेक्स जैसी चीज़ों के बारे में बात करें.
how will you even talk about the first time that you had a crush on somebody, or you fell in love, or somebody touched you in a way that it really made you feel good about yourself? So there are no platforms.
I really used to laugh when my elder brother, my cousin brother, he used to say, you can wear your any dress with sleeves it should be mega sleeve, it can't be like this, it can't be sleeveless, right? So mega sleeve, what is the distance between a mega sleeve and a sleeveless top? But I think it's about his mentality, that is the difference. Because how can you control my sexuality by just allowing me to wear sleeveless? I think that is what the mentality is all about.
So, for example, I was with someone for a few years, and every time we had sex, he went through a phase where he would go overboard, and he'd get really excited, and he'd start to claw, and he equated that with passion. And after a while, I didn't enjoy it anymore. I found sex with him painful. So halfway through the act, I'd say, stop, you're really hurting me. No, I'm nearly done, wait. And he pushed the line that way. And it didn't, it wasn't enjoyable for me.
It's like a very, very deep issue because unmarried women don't even talk about this, right? No one tells us to go to the gynecologist because that's not something we should be doing. Even if something like cervical cancer I can get without being sexually active. But it's sort of like, if you're going to the gynecologist, what did you do wrong? Like, why are you going? I don't want anyone to know I went because then they're going to make assumptions about me and think things. And then when you do go, because, you have to go, like if you think you might be pregnant or there's an infection, you're so scared, and if the doctor judges you there, which is the case, we've seen by hundreds of stories that women have sent in to us, that they do get judged. Who do you turn to? Who do you tell? It's wrong and illegal for them to be like, I will not treat you. But you have no one to talk to.
Men in Delhi can't keep their dicks between their pants, to be very honest. The sexual testosterone is at an alarmingly high level. As soon as they see a woman, their tongues will wag out, They'll be like, oh my god, kitni hot ladki hai yaar.
I mean, I wouldn't be wrong in saying this, that mostly the anecdotal references that we get, that women's first brush with sex is what? Is usually a violent experience. Be it in a arranged marriage setup, be it in a bus when people are sticking things into you, be it in a home where your own father, mother, uncle, taya, blah. I mean, name it, and we see it from a very violent perspective. So now we want to change that conversation, that women have rights over their bodies. It's your body and you have a right to pleasure. You have a right to self-affirmative sexuality. You have a right to say as much yes as you have a right to say no. And to recognize that women are sexual beings, and that talking about sex is not a bad thing. It's not a male domain anymore, I always use a line when I write that, with women it's a terrible situation, and I don't know whether you'll be able to use it. You may have to bleep it. अगर औरत सेक्स के लिए बोले तो रंडी है, और अगर बोले ना तो ठंडी है. तो चाहते क्या हो तुम? Yeah, what do you want from women basically?
First thing first, can we break away from those preconceived notions? Can we break away from those stereotypes? Can we actually bring in those conversations from the basic premise of a society, which is the family? So, can we create support systems within the families? Can we create support system outside of it with our friends? Can we talk about periods, body, breasts, masturbation, sex, sexuality to our children? Can we do that? Let's just begin from there.
So we need to be able to talk about sex not just as being intercourse or just that act of connecting, but we need to talk about sexuality, and we need to talk about the system that allows us to enjoy sex and not feel like we're in pain, not feel like we're cheap, not feel like our dignity has been taken away from us.
It's one of those things where you can't blame women. Why are you not speaking out? You know, you should be going and getting a job, and like, why are you quiet? Because everything from the day we are born, when we're in school, when we go for weddings, when like everything we're always told is that we are inferior. Whether overtly told or by through other things, we're always told like this is not, our place is not the same as others. So you know, it's such a deep conditioning that it's not easy to question these things. And I think the women that are speaking out is by hearing other women's stories, you get inspired and you find courage and you're like, oh, she can do it, I can do it, or this happened to her, that reminds me of something I've been through as well. So it's really about women finding solidarity with each other.
So I think it's high time that we move beyond defining sexuality in a particular stereotypical sense, and then because you really can't control my sexuality if you won't allow me to have sexual penetration with anybody. I can express my sexuality in other ways as well.
Respect women. Make sure that they are respected. Make sure that they are loved. Make sure that they are revered.